Hey, it is me, Wanda B, and you are listening to the sounds of Frankie Parker. That's Peace, Love, and Wine. Oh, I love that song. Okay, guys, this is He Said, She Said on IntellectualRadio.com, and we're back on a Sunday.
Guess who's the Zach?
Hey. We're going to have a full house today. If you're watching on Facebook, I appreciate you guys. You guys can always chime in and join the show with us. It's going to be really fun because I have some of my Intellectual Radio family with me here today, and we're going to do Battle of the Sexes with the guys of Jaw Jack, and I got the ladies of CGF Entertainment here with me. Funny lady T Bizzo in the house.
Hey, everybody.
So we're going to be doing a lot of fun stuff today, and I just want to
it's the holidays.
It's the holidays. Mention that if you need alcohol for the holidays, you should go to MJ Liquors at 9914 West Roosevelt Road. It's a Black-owned liquor store. I don't know if you see many of those. So I'd like for you to check those out. If you need some sweet treats, try Bowie Sweet Treats, 630-930-2326, 630-930-2326, and get those holiday cakes and cookies and things like that. And then my shirt, my clothes, provided by Giovanni Jolie at 11614 South Marshfield in Chicago. So thank you to all our sponsors who support He Said, She Said. So I mentioned T Bizzle. I got to mention my He Said, She Said team here on IntellectualRadio.com. I got T Bizzle. Now, she's on CGF Entertainment. We got more of the girls from CGF coming up soon, but they're on Tuesdays. At what time, T Bizzle? 9?
I believe that's 9 p.m. Yes, it is.
And then Nemia, affectionately known as N-Dot.
N-Dot in the building.
N-Dot in the building. And O'Kara, who is also part of the Intellectual Radio He Said, She Said team. And we got our Stephanie here. Come on, Stephanie. We just gonna squeeze you on in, honey. Right, good. Pull that around. Pull on and y'all squeeze on down. Oh, I know we're working it out on the radio today, so just be mindful because we're going to have a full house and we're going to pull them in as they come in. Stephanie is also part of the CGF Entertainment team here at IntellectualRadio.com Tuesdays at 9 p.m. We are so happy to have her. Hey, Stephanie. So we plan on doing a battle of the sexes. The women, we've been losing. I'm going to say the women haven't been doing quite too well on the battle of the sexes.
Understandably.
Hush.
Understandably, says O'Kara. So he is outnumbered at the moment, so he really should hush when there are 4 women and 1.
Let's see how you do today. Right now.
Let's see. Right now. We go
right now. Let's play right now. Right now.
We're going to give him some reinforcements.
Against O'Kara.
We are not going to let him go it alone.
I'm still going to win. Y'all don't see the Captain America sign?
No. All right, Captain America. We're still going to win.
That's what we do.
What you guys do?
Win.
See, this gets competitive. We're kind of competitive with this stuff.
I just want to win once.
Without cheating?
Yeah.
Because they said you cheat.
I don't cheat. I just don't guard the answers either.
You don't follow the rules.
I do.
Also known as cheating. You guys. Guys, I want to give a big shout out to my friends at 30 and Up Doing Us. They are great partners of He Said, She Said here at IntellectualRadio.com. And I love Tyson Smith. He is a funny comedian. I want you to check out some of his skits he has and his music. And we have a topic that came from 30 and Up Doing Us. We're going to start with them and our partners on Facebook. We also have a group, He Said, She Said, on Facebook, and a lot of our hot topics come from He Said, She Said as well. Please join our group on Facebook. We'd love to have you. Okay, so today.
Caliente.
Muy. We were pulling out our...
Much hot.
hot. Very hot.
Super hot.
Cabanero.
You added another word. See, we know our
That's
standard.
hot. Yes,
That's
there
hot.
it is. Yes.
That's very hot. Okay. Should you be able to call your ex for an emergency? Like if you had a flat tire, you're in a relationship, you're seeing someone, but something happens, or you're not in a relationship, but you can call on your ex at any time. They may be in a relationship. Should you be able to call on your ex?
So my car is broken down right now. Broke down on Friday. And I took care of it, but the people I date, I called them just to see what their response was. One person was genuinely concerned, like, hey, do you need a ride? Is everything taken care of? Did you get an idea? The other fool was like, dang, that's messed up.
Oh.
And that was it. So that just lets me know, like,
Okay.
I don't think I would depend on them to kind of fix the problem, but I don't know that I would. I mean, I would expect some type of concern.
If you call your ex, I think they should maybe.
Are we
have
calling
a
that ex?
concern.
Or
what was the
someone.
question? Should you be able to call your ex for an emergency? So your car broke
my
down.
Ex?
Can you call your ex and say, my car broke down? Can I get $300?
My ex was on it. Like my ex
he on it?
Yes.
All right.
Like, we're still friends.
Mm.
The other ex probably not.
Don't call him.
He's not gonna answer
What
the
you
call.
think? Should you be able to call an ex if something happens?
My ex, baby daddy. No, his wife would be jealous.
Would she be?
Yeah. You know, he likes skin, so, you know, they go crazy.
He don't have a dark skin heart.
Yeah, I do. But
With a dark skin heart. No, I haven't heard that, Nimi. That's something different.
Yeah, that's real talk, with a dark skin heart. No, his wife.
Oh, wait a minute. What does that mean? That doesn't sound positive. I was thinking this was a positive thing, and then y'all done turned it negative.
No. Him, no, but yeah, they would be genuinely concerned. They're older men, so they just act like the father figure. So
okay,
yeah, I could call them.
I don't know. Super producer Earl Winfrey, would you check my Facebook Live for me, please?
I can't.
Is it working? You can't see it either?
Mm-mm.
And I can't see it either. So we're going to do that while we still talk, you guys.
Okay.
On IntellectualRadio.com.
Hey,
you know what? I think I could call I don't have that many exes. I was married 21 years. I can call.
Oh, you don't even have an ex. Right. That's it. Right.
I got the first baby daddy. I don't
That's
call him
it,
for
yeah.
nothing too much. No disrespect. Just too many years passed. He'd be like, what you need? What? Where you? He won't even remember me. I don't think.
God, wow.
Where you at? He got a few baby mamas after me. He be like,
oh, I remember you.
What you need? I don't think he'll remember me. So I'm not even gonna ask him for nothing. But I think I could call him my ex. I think, and vice versa. I do think if he called on me and he needed something, I would absolutely help out if need be. Oh, Kara, what are you gonna help out your ex?
Would I help out my ex?
Uh-oh. When you have to re-ask the question, that means
Like
I need time to think about it because I'm not messing with her.
He sounded like he really thinking too. He was
He
like,
said, would
I help my ex?
Hello. We have given you time for an answer now, Kara. What is the
Final
politically
answer.
correct
you have 30
answer?
seconds.
Because she may be listening.
There are some I probably.
How many you got? Some.
I've been
around
I
the block.
wasn't married for 21 years.
Okay, that makes
I got
sense.
some exes.
That
Yeah. He got an A through. He got an A through Z. I feel
There are some that I would help, and then there are some that maybe we not.
He would give him the voicemail.
He will not help.
But if, like, for instance, I've had people call me for information. Like, I had an ex call me because she wanted to know about renting apartments, and
you have knowledge of that?
Yes.
See, exes calling in for stuff that you don't.
Yeah.
Some of that is kind of fishy.
Yeah.
There are some people who call exes for things, and you go, she don't know nobody else but you to call for this. I mean,
Well, I think
but
that
you have expertise in this.
I think that sometimes a person will call the person that they're more comfortable with getting the information, or so and then I've hired exes.
Oh, wow.
Hire them for what? Their business, whatever they do.
Yeah,
right? I'm cleaning it up for you.
Yeah, so I have an ex. She's really good with, like, certain software, and I needed, and so I had her, create a thing for me or whatever.
Ooh,
Okay, guys, I am going to take a quick musical break. We're going to listen to some more Peace, Love, and Wine while I get the Facebook Live people joining us into this conversation tonight.
Got something in mind for you and I tonight. Close your eyes for your surprise tonight. Candlelight, romantic heights tonight. What's inside, I will find tonight. We run and forget the fun. There's no one time. Let's make love, let's meet the sun. It's time. No reservations, invitations tonight. Play baby faces, start a nation tonight. Relaxation, sweet libation tonight. Slow pacing, yet my heart is racing tonight. Let's toast to what matters the most. Time, even hold me close. Let love be the host.
Hey, you've been listening to the Sound with Peace, Love, and Wine on IntellectualRadio.com by Frankie Parker, and we are back. This is He Said, She Said with Wanda B, and we have been talking about our topic that came up from the group 30 and Up doing us. Should you be able to call your ex for an emergency? I would like to add, and I heard O'Kara bring this up on our quick break that we had, a current person is involved. So you're seeing someone and the ex is calling you for something. So you currently have a girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, significant other, and your ex calls and says, I have a flat tire. It's 2:00 in the morning. They're calling you to help them, and you're there with your whomever significant other is. Do you go? Do you help them? Does it matter how close? Does it matter if they're a baby mama title, like they a baby daddy? Like if they have, is that a step up title? I think when your child is involved, you're a different level ex than just a regular ex. No? Why you laughing, C. Bezel? I'm gonna reintroduce everybody here. I got the He Said, She Said, and CGF Entertainment from Tuesdays, 9 p.m. at IntellectualRadio.com in the house with me. I got T. Bezel and Stephanie, and then our regulars, N-Dot, who's helping us with my Facebook Live issue, and O'Kara. So we have been talking about this. So what do you think, T. Bezel? You have a significant other, and your guy calls you and says, "Oh, let's do it the other way." How many women get called by guys for help, though?
No,
that doesn't happen.
That doesn't happen. So
that doesn't happen.
You would have to be the girlfriend in bed with your guy, and his ex call.
And his ex call, yes.
It's 2:00 in the morning, 1:00 in the morning. His ex call, and she is on the highway. She's stranded with a flat tire, and she don't know what to do. Is it okay for him to go take care of that?
We could. Stephanie said we getting in the car and helping her. Stephanie putting on her scarf. Let's go. We gonna help her. Okay. Yes, so that makes sense. I'm like,
okay, Stephanie, you going?
Stephanie, you going with him if he go, or is he going? Not can. People hate every show I've had. I will not use can and allow and let. We do not let. Can you haven't heard that? We get that every show.
Yeah, when you like use the can word.
We don't like or allow. Will you allow them or will you let them? because you have ownership over that person. You do not have ownership. You do not allow a grown person to do something. So fit in whatever verb you want to use for that.
Would you co-sign?
Would you co-sign? Would you be in agreement with him going to save her from her flat tire? Would you call AAA? Would you tell her you don't have AAA? Who do I look like AAA? Or would you go with it like Stephanie said she's gonna put on her coat and say we're gonna help her out? Or would you say lay your butt back in this bed and
I'm like Stephanie, we going, yeah, together. Cause it might be for real. So we going. He might look at me like, well, she didn't call you. That's okay. We both going. We going. Yeah, just to to reassure. And I want her to know it's okay. You can call anytime.
You can call anytime, but we gonna be there for you.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna be there for you.
We got your back.
We got you. Yeah, because that way, because women, what is always we can't use can and own and look or whatever. Well, we look to allow the insecurity to just automatically fall right there when it might not even be that. They might have had a fist, knock you out, but they're better friends. That was my case. We had a terrible relationship, but we're best friends. So I'm thinking she shouldn't be jealous, but y'all can come. There's no problem.
Nina, your face says you ain't going.
Nope.
You ain't go.
And he ain't either.
Can he go?
Your face says he's not going.
Are you co-signing him going?
He can go.
He won't get back in, no.
Coming back. He can go where he want to go, but can he come back?
He can get up and go.
But can he come back?
But he ain't got a key to get back. So
yeah, lock the door.
I mean, that's a very.
He ain't got your blessing.
No. It had better be a very all your family ill or
where's your family? Where's your guy? Where's your
friends, family? You don't went down the entire list, and that's it. Now, I think the only nope. Uber. We'll send an Uber. I'll even pay for the Uber. You can put it on my account.
Wow.
No.
You are listening to He Said, She Said on IntellectualRadio.com. And if you're just joining us from Facebook, because I couldn't get my Facebook going, and I do now, I want you to chime in on this topic from 30 and Up Doing Us, our Facebook brother, sister group that helps us out so much. And so they have offered up a topic from 30 and Up Doing Us. So we are talking about, should you be able to call your ex for an emergency? So please, if you're just tuning in from this, if you have the right broadcast and you see our little shiny faces here, if you could share the broadcast, I really appreciate it. Please share it and join in on the topic and let us know if you do the same. So Nina says, no.
I'll call an ex before.
I'll call
I called an ex before, and
did he have a woman?
Did you even care?
He took the call. He
So you leave it up to them to decide for their relationship what's best for them. Because I'm calling you. You're gonna call who's closest.
I have a question.
Yeah.
To Nima.
Why?
When you called him, did you call your daddy first? Or your brother or your family or anybody else before you called your ex?
Yeah, I called my daddy.
You did? I call my daddy. And I call my daddy.
If it's an absolute emergency, but he was closer, so can you come get me?
I'm going to call whoever's the person who has that title of being my significant other. That person is going to get called
first.
If
what if you just straight up single? You ain't getting it. You just straight single.
Single and celibate? Or single and because if somebody's getting it, then they're the designated person.
They getting it.
Whoever's getting it gets the call.
I'm saying
no.
No, real talk. If you're getting it, you get the call. Absolutely.
If you're getting it, you're getting the call because you're
absolutely.
That's part of the package deal.
You don't even have anybody that's getting it.
Poor Tink, AAA.
You've been on
AAA. It is.
You're not calling.
She said AAA. It is.
I'm joking. Jokes, people. Jokes.
I'm not joking. If you getting it,
if you're getting it,
you get the call.
Yeah.
This car right now.
This car is attached.
The vagina has broke down with the car. You better answer the question appropriately. Yes.
It is a package deal. When you get it, you get it.
Call me Patty.
Yeah, I'm Patty too.
You better feel it, baby.
Miss Patty.
That is, that's exactly why I feel.
That's funny.
You're obligated.
You're obligated.
Next
you
time
get the
you let a
call.
woman know that,
No,
like, you're
okay,
obligated.
you don't
I didn't say you were.
now you wonder why you getting all them phone calls. You're like, why am I this designated?
Why am I
just figuring it out?
Maybe that's why I don't get phone calls.
And we're not saying exhausting on it, like little simple stuff like, oh, I want my nails done. I'm short on it. Like an emergency. I mean, I've called an ex. I was smashed one New Year's Eve, and I was like, dude, I can't drive. And he was like, where are you? And
let me ask you then who you call for the airport pickup. Can you,
somebody that's getting it.
See? To me, emergency and airport pickup go both with who gets it.
Yeah.
Who gets it?
Yeah.
Gets it.
No, daddy's.
And that's the one time I don't call my daddy. My daddy be like, girl, bye.
You can always
My daddy is not going.
You can always call daddy.
No.
You just don't ask him. You don't think he's going?
My dad is not going. No, I know that. No.
You said, I've tried it.
My dad is too
Daddy
impatient.
no.
My dad is too impatient.
Not coming to the airport.
He's not coming to the airport. I would have to call him when I am on the curb, like, daddy, I'm here. And then he's leaving out the house. If he has to wait or anything, he's not going. So I know he's not. So it's Uber or whoever getting it.
Tucson's bad. Tucson, the man is, they're running the same.
It's transaction too.
It is somewhat of a CTA goes to every airport in Chicago. Yes, but I'm not getting on the airport.
And so does the person who goes.
Luxury.
Yeah. I'm trying to
same way you come to get it. The same way you come to get it. You gotta transport it too.
But that's why when exes calls significant others like that for the airport, I'm thinking, who are they to you? I mean, that will make me question, why does she call you for the airport out of all the people she knows? Because I think that's kind of, I don't know, why is the airport personal?
Right.
Oh, yes. My ex would do anything I ask him to do. I'm not saying that, but I wouldn't call him.
You figured out that you can't be more than a friend. So you call that friend who you trust.
At 4 a.m.
That you can be like, I wouldn't call nobody at 4 a.m.
To take you to the airport, it may be a 4 a.m. drop off. So I need to pick you up. So somebody you're asking to go outside of their comfort. What?
No, I've had these scenarios happen to me, but they were not ex-girlfriends. They were friends.
They was trying to get it.
Yeah, they want you to be that other person.
Right. That's what they was calling.
They were trying to form a bond. That airport bond.
That's what that's what my girlfriend was thinking at the time when she was in bed and they got the call.
I would if she calls you to take her to the airport. I'm going, what's going on? Why you? Because I don't know why they act
nobody else.
Well, I'll tell you because I'm reliable.
Well,
she like Uber Jones.
Okay, now she called at 4 a.m.
I am reliable.
The day of she needs to go, I would be a little suspicious of that.
Say that again.
If she calls him at 4 a.m. on the day she's supposed to be leaving, I'll be a little suspicious.
That's an emergency.
But no, that's not an emergency. If you got a flight, that's planned.
So basically, all right. So one time.
One time at band camp.
The 4 a.m. call for the flight. It was an emergency. Somebody had promised them that they would take them, and at the last minute.
So this was before Uber, probably, right?
I don't know because I was like, you need to. It might have been before Uber was popular because I was like, you need to call a cab.
You took the call too? See, some calls at 4 a.m. you even look at it and go, "What's she calling me for?" and don't even answer.
But if somebody called me at 4 o'clock in the morning, then I'm assuming that something's wrong. So she called me. I was like, you need to take a cab.
Men and women think differently on that.
And then I was, and then later on, I'm like, yo, you can't call me.
Oh, you did say that?
Yeah, I'm like, you can't call me at 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, I got a woman. She's sleeping next to me. That's crazy.
Oh, how sweet is that, Okara?
Okay, so I got a question.
What's your question?
What if you had a kid by her? Can she call you at 4 o'clock in the morning?
Oh, if my
children's mother, they get a pass.
Baby mama's baby daddy.
You know what?
Wait,
He don't. I can't call him for nothing at no time of the day.
Well, could you when y'all were together?
But see, that sounds like
I could at the end of the day.
But that's him.
Does he have someone? Is he in a relationship?
Yeah, he married.
He remarried.
Oh, well, then he can't be.
That ain't her. That's him, man.
That's her.
That's him.
No, that's him because
that's him.
He still has a child.
I met her. That's him.
So no matter what, she should have a pass to call him
because
they share a child together.
I would say
anything can happen.
But if your woman says no and gives you a hard time every time, you like trying to say, I can't help you.
No, that's something that she has to deal with. Like, no go.
I don't think men would. They gonna want peace in their home, and they gonna say no.
And I think that's immature on their part. Yes. You should be able to speak to your woman and be like, she got my children. Like, no, she gets a pass.
I'll say this though. If my child's mother decided to call me at 4 a.m. for an emergency, it better have to do with joy.
Okay.
It better have to do with joy because I'm pretty sure she has a social life. So if there's an emergency, you don't need to be calling me if it don't have anything to do with my child.
Okay. I agree. I've had my car break down and my son was in the car. So I called his dad to help us because we're both stuck.
Okay, right.
Because if that happened, I don't care what anybody got to say. I don't care what Jesus got to say. I'm going to help my child.
And that's the only reason I did call him. Now, if I was by myself, I wouldn't call him. But because his son was in the car, I know he would come and help us because he doesn't want his son stranded. It's a school night. The car is broke down. Come help us. But any other time, I would have called AAA first.
Now, I will say, when I'm on BS, I send a text, a filler text, like,
what's that?
You know, that's just a blank thing to see if you're going to answer right away.
Respond right away, then, like,
really? I never heard of the blank text.
Yeah, they're just fillers to see, like I did a filler.
You ain't with nobody.
Yeah, like right. If you respond right away, either I know he's at work or he in the garage or where he can talk. But if you don't respond right away, that means she around and he can't talk.
So why are you even trying to text it?
Well, the filler is about, his son.
Oh, so and you got to do a filler about your child.
Oh no,
now she wrong. Both of them, I don't know.
Well, that's just him. He's not like Okira. He's a different type of, he's not that oh Jesus, I'm scared what word I want to use. He's not that aggressive type of parent. Like, look, it ain't
my
nothing.
Child or else.
Yeah, it's just T-Bizzle. It ain't nothing, She just want to know blah blah. He'll be like, I don't know why she tells me.
He henpecked?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. That's
Let me tell you, a petty type of woman if you get insecure by someone's child's mother reaching out when it's about the child.
When it's about the child.
Girl, I know somebody that had the child's father relocate out of town and didn't even
to get away from the baby?
Didn't even tell the daughter that they was gone.
Look, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Don't be sorry. Go ahead.
I don't care what anybody say. That is never a woman. That's always a man. Because
sometimes you're right.
You sit there and you let somebody dictate
absolutely
how you act.
You're right.
That's the man with the problem. Because I'm gonna tell you, it would just be so. What you need?
Right. He telling the truth.
But that should happen in dating phase. When people tell me they're with people who married to people who don't like their child, I question why would you even marry somebody? Why would you be in a relationship with somebody who does not have feelings for your child? You wouldn't even be an option.
That's it. That's all.
Exactly. If somebody,
I never understand that one.
I've heard of that. Or, a guy had a child or whatever, and he gets married. The wife don't like the child, don't want the child to come into the house and all of this stuff, and
that's crazy.
I'm like, what? Please, it's the craziest thing to see a woman or a parent or whoever to look at a person and say, I don't want you to be around your child. Who does that? Who would want to be with somebody who wouldn't want to be around their child, to claim their child, or take care of their child? That's crazy.
I agree. I have to give a deep sigh out to Tucson.
There's people that do that.
He said most women are petty. But anyway, most women are petty. But if a man won't stand up he's not a man. And he's agreeing with you, I think, Okara, that a man that won't stand up, especially for his own flesh and blood, his seed, the person he gave life to or helped put in this earth, his blood, then something is wrong. with him, I think. My opinion, and the opinion, not that of IntellectualRadio.com. That is solely my opinion. Hello.
And mine.
And no Kara's, and maybe Tucson.
I think the whole panel,
and maybe
all
of
us,
maybe a few of us.
Yeah.
Hello, you guys. Hello, Lisa Marie Stewart.
Hey, Lisa.
WBON family, too.
Buzzing off.
Love you guys. Anybody, if you're watching, please share the broadcast and let us know what you think on these topics that we are talking about. So thank you, 30 and Up, doing us for that topic. Really appreciate it, and appreciate you, Tyson Smith. Okay, so guys, what do you think about Serena marrying the guy from what is the website? The
fashion designer.
It doesn't even matter. They just see him as the white guy. What do you feel about Serena marrying the white man?
Now, someone mentioned on our group, she said, which I'd love for you to join on Facebook, that she is equally yoked with him. I mean, he is of the same financial means, Alexis, whatever his last name is, the same financial means as Serena. And if she looked in her own dating pool of black men at the same level as her, is smaller. So therefore it made sense to go to find that person who's equally yoked.
Serena has had quite a few public relationships with black men,
professional black
men who are equally yoked. And what I posted on there is that one of the more famous, longer relationships she was in was with Common. And Common publicly admitted he messed up and didn't want to commit fully to her. And if he had the opportunity, he would go back. If all of the women he's dated, he would have married Serena. He didn't do right by her when they were together. So I feel like people are making this into she's not dating. She's dated black men. It just happened that she ended her dating pool with a white man and married him. I'm not an interracial dater, but hey, it works for her. What she eats don't make me go to the bathroom.
Her sister has a white husband.
Now, she's married Venus? I didn't know they were married. Yeah. I didn't know she was
Venus married to a man?
Yeah.
She said that out loud. That is also not the opinion or thoughts of IntellectualRadio.com, but that of NDOT. She said.
She isn't the pleasant looking of the two, but she is. Yep, she is. She's married to a man. I don't know if he's blind or not, but they are married.
He's blind. These people are so nice.
Well, I mean, hey.
I didn't go off her looks. I didn't think she was straight.
Looks. No, yeah. Well, I mean, she's straight is in a marriage. I don't know if she's what do you call it? Catfishing. If she's behind the marriage, like fish.
I don't think that's what catfish means.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm misinterpreting what you mean.
Know.
So Tucson said Serena was raised in an environment of mostly white people. I'm sure her experience is white. She probably relates to white people better. Black is a consciousness, not a color. And that makes...
I agree with him, but I don't think she was raised in an environment. Her profession was being trained in an environment of white people. They were poor. They were poorer than poor.
Black as they
so she wasn't raised in a white environment. Her profession that he trained her to do what she does, which is what is she, the number one female tennis, whatever, green jacket. Yeah, that is true. But she wasn't raised. No, they were poor.
Steezo John said, who is always hashtag Steezo Patty.
That's why you lost your R&B thing.
He's gonna be on the show December 3rd, so we will meet up with
hide your kids,
the guys of Steezo, hide your children, hide everything. He says Common didn't commit because he knew she would whoop his ass. And that could be true because she look like she don't play.
Yeah.
She look like she's gonna beat you like with a tennis racket.
Yeah, she probably did lift about 350. She looked like it, them strong legs and them arms. Yeah.
Steezo said, I'm with NDOT. I thought Venus was gay too. I never heard that.
I'm trying to figure out where y'all get that from because I never thought that.
Yeah.
I've always known her to date men.
I've only known her not to be alone.
It's not her action, it's a mannerism. She does not present as
she does the tomboy thing.
Yeah, she doesn't present
as
a
but who am I?
But as far as Serena is concerned and the marrying the guy, from me watching Serena over the years, she just appeared to be like a lot of black women that I have observed, and has just been exhausted with dating black men because of whatever reason. I know she dated a football player, a linebacker who used to play for Washington. I know she dated Common. She dated Drake. And then there was a guy, I can't think of his name. I know she dated. And I remember seeing like interviews with her where she would just be like, she didn't think she was going to get married because things wasn't working out. She just seemed to be exhausted. She looked like she tried something different. It worked out for her. Why is anybody mad? I mean, man, What do you expect her to do? What is she, 30 something now?
Mm-hmm.
So
what you trying to
what you
I'm not, listen, I'm not,
Kira,
listen,
I'm 30 something.
Look, we all got clocks.
Ticking clocks.
We all got clocks. We do. We all got
Real
clocks.
talk.
And so she done been in this, she done been dating since she was, 19, 18, 21. So, I mean, it hasn't worked out for her. She tried something new. It worked. Get over it. I don't get why people mad. Like, what is she supposed to do? Just sit here?
Right.
And just keep trying and keep trying? When the reality is that, a lot of guys who she probably date wanted to still be community.
And I did not. We didn't say that. Okara did.
And maybe she was finding out. Maybe this guy wasn't. Who knows? I don't know. But the point is that look, if she got to the point where a man decided to ask her to marry her and she said yes, all the rest of the dudes didn't ask. And sometimes it comes down to that.
I think it makes sense to stay community if you are somebody famous and you're not ready. You might as well just be honest with her. And I don't know if that's anything for her to be mad at. If they weren't ready, they weren't ready. And a life of cheating or a life of just being single.
And
I just Googled like Serena Williams, who she's dated. She's a rainbow dater.
Yeah.
It looks like the United Nations.
Oh,
Serena,
wow.
She's dated a little bit.
Didn't she date Tyrese? She's the one made that comment about what was on his blank blank.
I'm not sure, but it's a little bit of everything.
I think she dated
on
Tyrese.
Here. So
Stezo said at least Serena didn't speak down on all black men.
She did not.
She did not.
And so we got to give her that. She didn't say I'm not dating black men and now I've gone to the other side.
Right. No, she didn't say anything negative. So I do commend her on that.
And most of the time when we do, sorry, y'all gonna rag on me, but when we, especially with black men, when they decide to date white, they go back and say, oh, we ain't date y'all because y'all didn't do this. Just say that's your preference and leave it alone. Like, you found your preference, you found your boo equal, and be okay with that and not down
and let it go.
And not down what you didn't date.
I don't think if you're truly dating for who that person is, it wouldn't matter. If you're truly saying the color doesn't matter, you don't go back and denounce the whole other race because of it. It has nothing to do. Everybody's individuals. And if you didn't, this is the individual you found.
Yeah, we like
I don't really care who she dates. Like really. You say, it doesn't really affect our world. It's just something to talk about.
It's a hot topic.
It's a hot topic. We lost one on our side, one for their team.
Right. I mean, you had to do what she did. She did what worked best for her.
She did.
I mean, they made a whole baby, I mean, I'm happy
she didn't
for
give
her.
up on it. She dated. She opened herself up to whatever connections were out there. She didn't just box herself into just one demographic or one type of dude. She was open. She dated tall dudes, short dudes, fat dudes, skinny dudes, athletic dudes, non-athletic. She got a rainbow coalition, so I wish her well.
Me too. I wish her well as well.
I'm happy for her. Go ahead, Serena.
Darius said it's 2017 going into 2018. Why do some people still trip on dating outside of one's ethnic? I can't say the word right. Thank you.
Ethnicity. Yeah. I don't trip. I just trip when you start down in your
black women. You are so argumentative in your attitude.
If y'all were more submissive, you
Kara, stop laughing.
Who was that? One of the rappers was like, if these white girls started learning how to fry chicken, Black girl's gonna be obsolete. Like, dude, whatever.
Why does it matter? Tucson said, and I know you're probably gonna give me a very philosophical answer. He says, I do trip. It does matter.
Legacy. Culture,
legacy. Oh yeah.
No.
Black wealth. Legacy.
That's why it matters. If you want to be technical about it, that's why it matters. That's why it matters to a lot of other cultures, because they want to maintain the purity and the legacy and the wealth within their culture.
You know what? I agree with that, but I agree. That makes sense. Of course, if we could keep it all in, but how do we change that? It seems like a bigger.
I mean, it's a real complex.
It's complex.
Because
that's what
it's like, do you forfeit what could be love for you
in your lifetime
to think about, the future or whatever? So it's a hard decision to make. It would just be nice if more people in your culture just have better personalities today.
Whoa!
Yes.
I agree. That goes for the men too.
But
absolutely.
Right, no, I mean, I'm not just talking about.
It'll make it so our culture doesn't have good personalities. But
I'm not saying
personalities.
I'm not saying other cultures do, because look, if you observe other cultures, while they may be married, they're not quote unquote happy and joyous in their marriages. It is kind of like a business type of situation. It's not like it's we're in love here and we just so happen to have this other part of it. It's not that. You can tell when you talk to them, you can tell. Absolutely. So, but we have not been raised in that mindset. Our mindset is more of fairy tales and picking fences, and our white picking fences or whatever. So
WTTW.
Right.
Now taking one for the team.
Right. Yeah. Which is why we don't look at it that way. So, at this point, you hopefully you want to be able to find the fairy tale, or at least a good loving relationship, so you can also get to the point where you have your legacy or whatever. And quite frankly, is that a lot of people struggle because they don't find the opposite sex with a personality that would give them that outlook in future.
I think some of it too, as well as maybe the fantasy and fairy tale, is that we also feed into what the media says about us ourselves. All the negative things they tell us that we believe, and treat each other accordingly. That if we hear about us and treat each other the way we've been portrayed, then
one of my BFFs, Pam, she's white. Can I tell you white Pam? Okay.
White Pam. Hey, white Pam. Hey, white Pam.
We've been friends for years. We used to work together at Tootsie Roll.
Tootsie Roll. Let's see Tootsie Roll.
She said she's an equal opportunity dater. She said, you a man, what you bring to the table, she's down for it. And, she don't have a problem with you, black, Hispanic, whatever.
With her parents? Ask her, Pam, would your parents care?
Her mother and father were not like that. Now, she has a friend, I ain't gonna say her name, I know, that used to be like that. I'm like, oh my God, you're friends with this black person, like that. But her parents, no, they're deceased. But no, her mom, definitely no. Just given. I mean, that's how it is. And then my other friend, Tiara, she says the point that you made, right? Other races are raised that way, and what you said, Okara. But black people, we just raise our children. Okay, let's be loyal. Let's just
love who you want to love.
Just love whatever.
Yeah. Not your parents from the South.
I'm gonna say, because you know what, my son, up until recently,
Cedric,
yeah,
I love him.
He always dated outside his race. I never had a problem with him dating outside the race, but I did ask him, how come you don't? Because I dated outside my race, so you got to kind of figure out what was
his upbringing, high school, like schooling. Was he around more
multicultural environment?
Yes, he was always raised.
And most of my friends are dealing with that.
So he was definitely raised in majority white, atmosphere. However, at home, his father couldn't be no blacker than this thing right here. You know what I mean? So we taught them, to love and you want that same love in return. So I don't teach my kids color.
Right.
Okay, so but I was curious. I was like, how come you don't bring anything that look like me and your sisters?
But if you didn't teach him color, why would he? I'm just
so what did he say?
He said that black girls tend to think that he's very nerdy, so they didn't like that. He was. My son is very intelligent.
Your laughter always draws me to what you're thinking. But go ahead, finish that.
So it was, and he's very intelligent. So it was like he couldn't connect with some of the girls he was attracted to, and then, but he married a African American girl. So I was like, oh, okay, you found one that'll, get you right together. But it always because I did date outside my race. I wasn't, and I grew up in the hood, just so that I know.
West Side?
Yeah, I grew up on the west side, but I did go to school in the burbs. So
and they did as well.
My kids, yes, but and with that, you still feel like that culture is missing. So I always preferred a black man that if I date now, but when I was younger, I was open, and when I dated outside my religion, I mean not my religion, but my it was like, this night we won't be able to communicate very well.
So my friend who's in Houston, she's dealing with that with her son. He refuses to date black girls, and his reason is, and like you all have said, that you get conditioned about what black is, the stereotypes of blackness, and so he says that these girls embody that, and that's not how he was raised. And he's been raised in an inclusive type of white environment, and so his standard is anything that does not look like that, he's not with it. And so he calls his mom racist because she's like, look, you never give a black girl a chance. You need to date some of these black girls. Why don't you date black girls? And he's like, well, I can't relate to them. She like, you black. But that's something that, you move on up like the Jeffersons, and then you forget to take them.
Well, I don't think sometimes my son is similar to Stephanie's, that he went to very integrated schools. In fact, sometimes he was the only black for minutes and sometimes not. And his dad would say, I've never seen him with a black girl, not one. And so, or a black friend. So my other daughter, who's very militant, my children are very different. She's like, how come you don't have it? I don't see you with one. And he said they don't like him. They've never liked him.
Right.
Because of the nerd.
Right.
That's what my son said.
I got to explain something.
Please
especially
do.
When you are a young boy or whatever. All right. So, first of all, there are very few young men who actually go out and hunt, meaning I'm going to get what I want.
Correct.
Right? So that's one. Second thing is most men are going to date within their environment. Second thing is because you don't go out and hunt, most men are going to end up dating the girls who like them.
Correct.
Because it's easier.
Because it's easier.
You are correct.
So because of those three things is probably the reason why y'all sons ended up dating white girls, is because one, it's his environment. Two, at that point, he's probably not that confident to go out and hunt and don't know what it takes to attract women with his personality. And three, because the white women flirted with him, gave him some attention that black girls did not. And so, therefore, he has that. As you get older and you learn these things, then you learn how to go and get exactly what you are attracted to and what your preference may be.
Take what
if
you want.
The preference stays the same. So if you prefer or more attracted to black women, then you go out and get them, like when they become your environment and you get to the confidence
You
of
seek them
whatever.
out.
So bring me to a whole nother question, which I may have to just bring to another show, but I'll still put it out there. Men, when they say men like to hunt, they don't start liking to hunt till they get older. That's not a younger thing.
You don't really, not a lot of
You don't
men
know how to hunt at the
You don't
time.
know how. I didn't learn
It's
until
work.
I didn't learn until my 20s.
Really?
Wow,
I
you
learned
did
something
good
new today.
on
See,
that
that's why we have he said, she said, so we can get the female perspective and the male perspective, and we can learn from each other. Because I guess I never thought of what age the hunt starts for men, but when they say men like to hunt, they like to chase, you're thinking they're always liking the chase and always liking the hunt, and that starts as a child.
Not all men know how to do it. That is the reason why a lot of times when you are in high school, there are a certain select number of guys who probably have sex with, more of the women than other guys do. Some guys luck up into it. Some guys go out and get it. Like I have friends who've known how to hunt since they were in high school. I didn't know how to hunt when I was in high school.
Is that something you have to be taught?
You could be taught or you could learn on your own just by observation. That's the reason why, like, a lot of times when you will have a guy and they say, because it's high school years, he gets older and he becomes a menace because he wasn't done right in high school or whatever, because he was sitting there. Because like when you are in high school or when you are a young kid, you think that you should be able to get a girl because you're nice.
Right.
And that's not true. No, it's not true. No. You may luck up on somebody, but a lot of times that's why the stereotype is girls like bad guys or whatever. It's because guys think that, if I'm nice to you, if I call you, if I do stuff for you, that all of a sudden you're going to want to give me some, when the reality is that that's not necessarily attractive personality wise. Like, people always say it's not that nice guys finish last, it's punks finish last, because, girls are more attracted to somebody who can say no.
Toussaint said it's confidence, that they're attracted to confidence, I guess. And he said,
the confidence to say no.
Right now, in terms of legacy, when we chase white ideals of success, we essentially create the kid that only likes white. You've created the dynamic that white is winning.
I don't think I created a dynamic of saying that
the environment
is that white is winning. I wanted to, first of all, when I chose to move out into the burbs and the schools that I chose for my children to have, I was choosing to have my kids in a place where they can get equal treatment and a good education. Not to say that because it was but that's where it happened to be. These people are these people. Caucasians,
white people,
right? White people are they fund their schools. They participate in the activities that are going through the school. They contact you when things are, So those are the things that I wanted my kids to have. It wasn't necessarily if I could have found that in a neighborhood where I wasn't afraid of my kids might get shot or robbed or stabbed going to school, or happen to go through a metal detector going into the building. I mean, you even got that in certain suburbs. So you have to
metal detector.
Yeah. So I didn't want my kids going through that, and so the majority of where my kids were raised, I thought
by default that's white.
Yeah.
I
understand what he's saying too.
Yeah. You all facial expressions tell like whole stories that don't come out on the air on radio, but they definitely answer your thoughts to these questions.
I'm still tripping on the fact that you have a child that's old enough to get married.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I do too. Yeah, I think Black don't crack.
They both have grown children. Yes.
Yeah, super grown. Super grown kids. In fact, people like to remind me, you could be a grandmother. I'm like, but I'm not. So stop saying that.
Right.
Okay.
But what he said, I just want to thank you for saying that, because a lot of people do not know that, and you've helped.
Know what? Repeat it for me.
About young men don't know to do the chase. If I'm saying it correctly, they don't know that you have to hunt for what you like. Because I had that issue with my son. I was like, you always like the hood rats. You don't like intelligent, smart girls. You don't like pretty girls. You don't like. And he's been around.
You told him you don't like pretty girls.
Yeah, I did.
Bringing all these little ugly girls.
Well, but no, seriously, I was looking at him like, why do you always settle for this girl? She's. I don't see her going anywhere. And I'm like, and then I had to question myself, like, did I present that to you? Did I look like, I wasn't going anywhere? Did I have a lot of men over here? I started questioning, and he said, no, Ma. He said, the smart and intelligent girls don't approach him. And he thinks automatically they don't want him. And I said, well, do you approach them? And he doesn't know the hunt. But see, that's how his father was. He wasn't a hunter. Just because he had the cute face, everybody just, instead of him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that goes on a lot. Like you'll see as I hate to kind of say this, but
go ahead, baby.
Light skinned guys, right? A lot of like back
in
the day, light skinned, they was always presented as
Pretty
like
Ricky's
so girls would, just come up to them a lot of times. But when we got older, you kind of had to talk, right? So I've seen this with my own eyes, like guys who were younger, who was just like Q had curly hair or whatever.
Right.
They didn't really know how to talk to girls in a way to get them to, like them or whatever. So as they got older, you sit up there and you hear them talking, you like, dude, what are you saying? So it's something that you have to learn. Like guys, for the most part, we're lazy, when it comes to things like that. And we are just going to kind of almost date, who comes to us. That's why they always say, guys are only as faithful as their options are. Because their options is the people who come into them, who's presented to them, who's, throwing them at it or whatever. Because we lazy. And if something is easy, that we'll do easy. That's why girls who have like certain types of standards may have a hard time dating.
Interesting. And that explains the celebrities, because if you're only as faithful as your options and you got 80 bazillion options thrown at you, it's going to be pretty hard to stay faithful. That kind of makes sense to me, I guess. Tucson says, we could do the same. He's referring to Stephanie in the area you moved into for your son to have greater possibilities, that we could do the same as Black people, but we join them rather than creating it for us. And that's such a bigger issue. That's a whole other topic.
I love your son. That's Wikipedia. I'm not gonna mess with that brother. I love him.
I love him too. Yeah. Smartest brothers I know. Appreciate your answers always. Stezo said he did throw some shots at the light skinned dude. He got a dark skin heart. Light skin heart. He was trying to be all politically correct as he's stabbing y'all in the back of the neck.
Well, he is. They just, it's just like back to that issue when I don't know if you all remember that issue where they were showing how the little girls were playing with the dolls, and they only wanted the white dolls, and they didn't play with the black dolls. And you're like, where did they get that from? That goes back to what Tucson said. You conditioned to think, I don't want this black doll. I want the white doll because it's prettier. And, it's not true.
Definitely have that condition. It's something we definitely have to work on. You've been listening to He Said, She Said on IntellectualRadio.com. We're an iHeart radio station. And whether you're tuning in on Facebook, we appreciate you guys. Please keep the comments coming. You're listening on Spreaker, on YouTube, on iTunes. Appreciate you all, and continue to listen. So we're going to move on to topics. We're going to talk about hall passes, you guys. Hall pass. What's a hall pass? What is a hall pass?
I think I know what you're saying, but
I'm gonna get the technical definition of hall pass. I should have had it out, but I don't. We're gonna Google the technical definition of hall pass.
Permission to get you some.
Exactly. I'm gonna get the so there's no our own interpretations. Permission to break a rule or code of conduct. So what does the Urban Dictionary say? A certain amount of time that is given to the male in a relationship, just the male, by the female to do whatever he wants with friends of his. Yeah. So
hall passes. If this presents, then you get to do what you want to do, or 1 weekend out the month you can go live a single life.
Do people do that?
I'm not that giving. I'm not that giving either.
No, not.
If I got to give you a hall pass, why I'm with you?
Because I plan on being with you the rest of my life, so I'm gonna give you 1 week to live the freedom. No,
we might as well not.
I mean, it's the same thing as somebody that invites the third party into a bedroom.
See, you open Pandora's box. You can't do that. You can't. You get to doing that freaky icky, and then what if she give the head better than you? Then what?
Then he want her all the time.
Listen, y'all, let me tell y'all something. It's very seldom you give the best head. So
I mean, all heads the same to me.
I agree. I don't care. What do you mean?
I suck technically. Literally.
Most women don't give the best. What are you saying? Say that again.
Let me tell you.
We think we do.
He said I do. Wait a minute.
There are few.
No, listen to him. Listen to what
there are few and far between who have like real fire head.
Mm-hmm.
So more than likely, you know, the majority of women walking around here, you not giving the best head.
Right, because if they was, they wouldn't be single.
So
then why be in a relationship with somebody who you feel
well,
doesn't?
because
it's more than head in a relationship.
Right, you've had sex with enough people to know real fire head is not something you're not gonna get from everybody. So you weigh it to what it is. You put certain importance on it, and you just continue on with your life.
And so you hall pass it out to get some good stuff every now and then.
Look, the hall pass is a couple's decision, but I'm just saying, if you scared about, you know, somebody giving better head than you, you need to just get over that, because it likely is that somebody is, and somebody is probably already giving better head than you.
Right.
And so, he's okay with it because
he's still with you, so he ain't still with her.
So he's okay with not getting the best. But so then is that when he calls in a hall pass to try to get 1 week, a day or two of
a guy is more than likely not calling a hall pass to get best head unless you just.
What is he calling it for?
Because he wants something different.
Different?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he wants something different.
I changed my hair.
You said I'm a chameleon. Where that new what outfit you want?
Isn't there a saying that like there's no better than new?
Yes, I hear that all the time.
I think that's all right. So while that is true to certain degrees, it's not true. Well, I don't think that's really true in reality. Meaning this, the best thing about new, there is an accomplishment that comes with getting new. There's a feeling of accomplishment. Like
it's the chase of
as a guy, you know, getting a different or having women is sort of an accomplishment. It's something that has been pretty much put into your head growing up, that getting women is an accomplishment. There's an accomplishment to it. So that's what it is, but it doesn't mean the quality of the sex that you're actually having is better.
Oh,
because a lot of times it's not.
They're just going for something different.
But it's just something different. It's the accomplishment of getting something different that makes it the thrill of it that makes it, you know, better.
So
but the reality is not always better. The head's not always better. You have no idea.
Let me ask what you're
So if it is bad, do you tell them?
If what's bad?
The head.
Like, Mama, I don't know any of this. This is what I read.
Yes. So yes, Mom, we're talking about the stuff that we don't do.
So there is so okay, it depends.
Do you tell them yes or no?
It depends on the level of bad.
No. I wouldn't tell them.
Why wouldn't you?
I do.
How do you fix it?
I'm not.
I do.
I did that, and that man still got that letter. And that was 30-something years ago. I told him he had horrible head, and he had a small blankety blank.
You crushed him.
I wasn't trying to. I was being honest. And when you're, you know, at that age, I was in my 20s, so I was vocal. He asked me because I really wanted the relationship to work. He was strong. He was a provider. I know he could protect me. But when we broke up, it was a bad breakup, and I wrote that in the letter. I was like,
because he was telling,
You wrote it in the letter afterwards.
He had a Dear John letter.
And by the way,
your head is hot garbage.
No, he had asked me to talk to him, and he wouldn't talk to me. He was still mad at me, right? So he asked me, so he wouldn't talk to me. So that's why I wrote the letter. I didn't do it like maliciously, I gave him the letter because he wouldn't answer, and I told him that.
So it was like the closure letter
for me, yes, because I was saying you wanted all of these needs at that time, and I was saying, well, you don't have all of your stuff as well. And so when I got older, because we're still friends, we're still best friends to this day. When I got older, I was like, okay, well, like what Akira said, you take, because you're not gonna have the best. I was like, okay, well, he don't have this, he don't have that. So I was like, okay, but I know he's a provider and he'll protect me and take care of me. So I was like, hey, maybe we could do this, we can get married. He said, I love you, Bizzle. I will always love you. He said, but that letter and he still got it today.
I know you heard him with that letter.
I wasn't trying to.
Have you asked him
why he still got it
better?
20 years later?
No, I mean, but
I bet he did, but he look.
Did he go to a class?
I bet he
Right.
put some
We
work
did
in.
go to class. Like y'all got classes. Like we
I
got
bet
the
he
grapefruit lady.
Right.
No,
What
I
y'all
don't
gonna be
know.
here tomorrow? In fact,
Yeah,
on
like, we
Become
got-
Dateable, the grapefruit.
So like,
lady.
do men? Do y'all have like? Y'all just got Pornhub? Like, what y'all got?
What y'all got? We got.
Talk about it together,
Or-
like.
right? Do guys do like
No,
we
we
do?
don't know.
Oh,
Guys
okay.
are not about to sit in the room with each other.
We talk about it together, like no.
Guys
girl.
are not going to sit in the
Oh, I
room with each
don't-
other
I've
talking
never had
about
that
that, trying to give
conversation.
tips on that, licking out your
okay.
tongue or something. We don't do that stuff. No.
Okay.
You said you never had.
I've never talked about
Heck
giving.
yeah.
Not with your girls.
You know what? I grew
What's
up
your
in another
girlfriend?
Oh,
era.
Wanda's private. No, Wanda's
tell y'all what
I'm
y'all-
private, but I'm also maybe a little bit older. I know I'm older than you, Nemi, and
Some of
I'm
y'all
still
need to
around
be
the friends who
talking
don't
about it.
even talk about that they do it. They still like in denial.
You
Like
just
I don't have a
private,
lot of
that's
those
all.
friends.
You like,
just
oh, the
private.
baby.
I'll talk about it if somebody
You picked
asks
up
me,
the
but my
baby
friends
from the
don't tell that
store.
they do it.
No,
Okay.
you just
This
you
is
just
what guys
private,
got.
and that's a respectable.
Guys got women. If you are smart and you want to be good at it, you sit there and you talk to a woman who you're dealing with, and you listen to her and what she's
That
got
right
to say
there?
about how to improve
Oh,
on
okay.
your things. Because you know,
Dang.
You listen for the right
I never
oohs and
had
ahs?
that conversation.
You never had that?
I've
I've never had a guy sit me down like, especially the not great guys. They think they great. Like you can't tell them crap, and it's like,
Yeah,
Right.
you know what?
Nah,
That's
bruh.
because a lot of y'all be faking.
yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
Y'all just
Yeah,
be wasting y'all
I
time.
did
Y'all
do
need to
that.
sit there
Yeah, we
like ain't
fake
nothing going on.
sometimes. Well, that's just to get it done with and get it over with. And move
Y'all
on.
need to sit there.
because we
Look,
know better is coming. Like if
somebody else.
I deal with like horrible gum chewing, is what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't know.
Great,
'Cause my
great.
mama is watching.
That's a great
Like,
analogy.
I don't know.
Yes.
Gum chew.
Because
Horrible
it's a show
gum
called
chewing,
it's a
yes.
show on Netflix called Gum Chewing. This is what
Okay,
the
that's
entire
great.
show is about.
And that show is funny.
And so if it's horrible gum chewing, but I know that like the real deal is the real deal. I mean,
Can I go back to the show Gum Chewing? Is that like it British?
yes.
I watched it. I never knew that's where the name came from
Uh-huh.
until now. Duh. I was like, where
Chewing
did she
gum.
get the name Gum Chewing from?
Yeah.
I just made that like today. I made that up that's what it. I don't know.
Oh,
But I know the
okay.
entire show is about.
Yeah, that.
And really, I watched.
She's trying to lose her virginity, and
And she
Yes.
is hilarious.
That's a very good show, but I
It
never
is.
equated the name. Now I get it. Thank you very much.
so guys
okay.
on who are watching, have you ever set your part? Like when who teaches you? Like how does? I'm so confused. 'Cause
Okay,
we got all this help stuff like for women, but you never hear about like. Have you heard about the man that teaches other men how?
no,
No.
okay, so there is a couple that I have seen, like the woman, she teaches how to, women how to, and then there's a man who supposedly teaches, but ain't no guys are doing
Do
it.
they learn from porn?
I don't who?
Do men
Men.
learn from
You
porn?
learn moves on porn?
No,
Porn
because
hub?
porn is, I mean, you can learn some stuff from
Right,
porn,
what's the
but
dance to go with Pornhub?
learn
It's
some stuff
a Pornhub dance.
any guy who is,
Not your baby
my
though.
guess, my best guess is any guy who is good at it has learned from talking to a woman, and she
Okay.
has, explained some things on how. Because I remember there was a time when I was dating this young lady, and it was like it would be hot and cold. Like some days I would do really good, and then some days it wouldn't, or whatever. And I'm like, yo, you just gonna have to explain to me what it is that I'm doing wrong. And then we walked through
So
it.
how did you know the days that you were doing wrong? She was just quiet. She just didn't move.
Because
she didn't say
'cause
anything.
the orgasm, she didn't orgasm, or she didn't respond right. She wasn't responding like she did like the day before.
Tucson
And
said
so-
it's because we don't care. If it's whack for you, oh well. We only care when we care for the woman.
Oh, Tucson is a mess.
No,
Oh,
but
Lord.
so once you truth, I mean, he's not wrong, because if you care about her pleasure, you would notice when something's not right. And if something's not right, if you're smart, you ask. And if she's smart, she answers.
To help you.
Denise, yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Denise said, if you have to ask me if you satisfy me, then you probably don't. But that might just be me. Steezo, Petty Steezo, says, right, Denise. In that voice, right, Denise. But if I like you and want you to be happy with me in bed, I'm gonna ask.
Oh.
And I agree with that because I probably would fake it and let it end if I don't care and just want you gone anyway. But if I do want you to stick around and I like you, I'm probably gonna say, we need to work this out. You know, do a little this.
People like different things.
Yes.
And so, you know, there are some women who cannot take direct contact to their clit. There are some women who can, and you don't know which.
So you have
which.
to learn the other person.
Exactly. If you don't know which is which unless you ask for some or have some kind of way of
Your
figuring
mom
out.
is too. She's like, Lord.
So you just have to have some kind of way. Like if you have. If most men going down there and just going and attacking it, you could really turn somebody off, and they think that somebody bagging up is a good thing.
No, that's
when it's
me
not
moving.
That
hurts.
No.
That does not. It's a delicate piece of.
To hall passes, y'all, because we didn't went all off on that.
Oh, I forgot about the pass.
We forgot about the subject.
The subject was hall passes.
Sorry.
And so we're gonna add, so do you think it's a good idea or bad idea for relationships to have a certain amount of time to get a break from the relationship and do you and come back to the relationship, or however your hall pass works for your relationship? Good or bad? Does it help build the relationship?
Yeah.
I could see it being effective probably after a certain amount of time.
After 15 years and you really kind of like, this is getting old, then you do some hall pass?
I never know what I want to do in 10 years.
Okay. So, Stephanie?
I don't like community. I'm sorry. A hall pass is telling me I'm giving you the right to be community penis, and I don't like community penis. I'm sorry. It's that.
There's no sharing here ever.
No. It's a few things. You know, I'm a very giving person, but not on that. I don't want community penis.
Nemia?
So
she did the shoulder.
I actually support people who decide to have open relationships. I couldn't be in one, but I support those that do. Hall passes to me are sort of different because if I need to figure out why you need the hall pass. If it's something like if Halle Berry walking down the street, you get a hall pass, okay. But if it's just some regular stuff, then we need to work.
What if this regular girl is like Halle Berry to him?
Exactly. We need to clearly there's something not right between us. And so old man told me this week.
Is old man your dad or is a real old man? Okay.
It's a real old guy.
Right. Okay.
And he is, I don't want to say his name, but he's got to be late 70s perhaps. And he said that he's working on his 5th wife. And he said, look, you need to change your spouse as much as you change. And you're gonna always change, but you need to, when you get old like me, you need to find the one that you trust to bury you right. And that's his philosophy, that you're gonna and I do agree that we always evolve and change. It's just a matter of making sure you're with a partner that is open and accepting to the changes that are occurring with you, and that is also evolving and changing. It may not be at the same place and it may not be at the same level, but it should be that they are growing. If they are just staying the same, then
okay.
Because I wouldn't want to change up people though. It's hard enough trying to find one at one time. They're trying to find 4 and 5 to make it through my lifetime. It's a lot of work. I do change a lot. I need somebody that just kind of works with me. We both agree that we're going to alter and change. I like his philosophy because I do believe we all change. I do believe I was married, like I said, I was married 20 years. We actually did grow apart. I mean, it really was that simple that when I met him, I wanted these things and needed these things at 26, that by whatever age, I halfway to my age, but they didn't catch it. Don't do the math. Don't do the math. Okay. Static. When at that age, that I don't want and need the same things. And if that person still wants and needs the same things, and you guys haven't grown together, you really start to grow apart. And so then maybe it's time to do a change of rule. But then when I grow and change again, I got to do another change of rule. That sounds exhausting to me to do a couple. I don't need to marry over and over again. To me, I guess it's that part.
Yeah, he sounds like he likes a lot of commitment.
He likes the commitment.
The old man.
How past for you, T-Bizzle?
I guess I'll go back to what maybe Kara said. It would depend on what it is. I'm not gonna give you a hall pass to have sex with someone else because I'm funny acting about that. But I'll give you a hall pass to, if you want to go away for a weekend, take some time from me or whatever. I'll do that. But the sex thing, no. I'm just real.
You say your hall pass is a vacation.
Yeah,
you go on vacation and come back.
If he no, like, so is the hall pass? You go to Miami, you can smash somebody.
What happens in Miami?
I won't know.
In Miami?
I won't know.
That's what.
I won't know. But if you asking me, if he legit come up to me and be like, yeah, I got a hall pass because I want to smash a girl down the street, I'm gonna tell you no. I mean, because he, see now from what my experiences are, men want you to do that to them, but if I ask for it, see, he'd be upset and ready to cut my head off. Well, how you gonna give you? Yeah, see, so that's what I'm saying.
Even the definition has made it from the man's standpoint.
Yeah.
Stezo said after 10 years of marriage, a hall pass should be offered every time a new iPhone comes out.
iPhones come out every year.
He is petty. He name. Hi, Deary. Deary's my son's grandmother. Hello. Hey. Now I will not talk about hall passes anymore.
Yeah, look, that's the end of that.
Subject change.
Subject change.
About the weather.
It's like having my mother on the live as we talk about. Hello, Deary.
Yes, how you doing?
So we're going to be talking about now. I see like the people here, I think, who are supposed to be in this segment, my jaw-jacking boys are supposed to be here. I think they may be here and just hanging out outside. So we will be going into that because we're going to be doing a battle of the sexes between the shows of IntellectualRadio.com, CGF Entertainment. He said, she said, the guys from ours versus the guys from Jaw Jacking and putting it together and see who wins. And hopefully the women win this one.
We got to do it.
Yeah,
we got to come out of this one. I don't know. These questions may be.
Alita, what is TTFN mean?
Ta-ta for now. She heard our topic, and I'm sure she excused herself in her 40-something year marriage. She's probably like, whatever you guys are talking about. This is Mom. That is my oldest son's grandmother. It's like a mother-in-law to me. And so she was like, she's like, ta-ta for now. We know TTFN.
Yeah.
Ta-ta for now. Okay. You guys are talking about giving 30-year hall pass. She's been married probably 49, almost 50 years. And happily married to dude. And
now is a hall pass the idea of
we should be talking to you. Come back, dearie. Alita, come back. No,
the hall pass the idea that that they're cheating and you just don't say anything.
Say that.
So is a hall pass kind of the same idea, like they cheating, but you just don't say anything?
It's an agreement. I think it's an agreement between you both, verbally agreeing that I think your Miami was a good example of he gets to go on vacation with the boys. What happens then. Maybe they talk about it, don't talk about it, and he comes back home and it's over, and that's that hall pass.
Don't bring anything extra. Whatever you leave here with,
you better come back.
Not a STD, STI, not a kid,
right?
Not a number,
not a stalker.
Leave Deary alone. He said, if Mama know how to use TTFN, she know all about hall passes. No, not my grandma. Not my dearie, not her. So, you know how you envision, like, you don't even want to talk about that with your parents.
Now, I'm going to put my mama on blast because maybe she's not on here, but she tried to have a sex conversation with me, and I was like,
about her having sex? Oh, I don't want to hear it.
Oh, wow.
And I was
my mama never had sex.
I was like, no.
You were Immaculate Conception.
Yeah.
My brother.
I feel the same way. You picked me up on the 18th of December, and I've been with you since. I don't know how I was made. I don't care. Like,
I don't want to know that. Does that? I don't want to hear. I don't want to talk that with my parents.
I don't.
No. Stephanie, you talked that with your mom, Dad?
Well, you know what? My mother was a nurse, so she she left everything.
She put it out clinical, not a homegirl type conversation.
Well, my mother was really open. She was a little bit more open. My father, never. You know, me and my father. I take care of my dad. My dad lives with me.
You do a lot.
My daddy thinks all 4 of my kids were made here by immaculate conception.
Like you picked them up at the hospital.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk to my dad about it.
What about your children though? Like, are you open?
I'm
having that conversation. Yeah.
And I'm very glad that their father is very good at these conversations. I have them, but very awkwardly. In fact, if someone had maybe talked to me about sex more, I probably wouldn't even have my first child. Sorry, dear, your grandson may not have been here, but I probably, if somebody had been more frank and not the abstinence wise, I would start don't do it at all. And I don't know if that's always effective for people. You fall in love, and next thing you know. So I was taught different. They told me don't do it. They didn't really talk to me other than don't do it.
See, that was not my mother's approach. My mother's approach was, you know, this is what you look for. This, don't touch stuff that look like that. I mean, she showed me pictures. You know, if it look like that, don't touch it. I always have sex with the light on.
Good graphic.
She was very graphic. I like that. Can I bring my children? Well, it's too old now.
So you know, I kind of follow the same.
I left them in the bathroom. Pamphlets. The one lady told me from the sex clinic thing. In the school. Brown bag condoms and pamphlets, and leave them in the bathroom. And then they sit in the bathroom, they're right there.
Somebody get Wanda.
No, but
I left the pamphlets.
I talk openly to my children, but I don't show them pictures. My mother showed me pictures like, hey, this. But I do talk and want my kids to be able to talk to me freely and openly, and that is only for their protection, because there's so many STDs that's going around. You know, you want them to be aware that you not just sex, but you know, you get that from kissing. You know, hey, be careful where you put your mouth.
And it's like. So with this whole diverse community, mono is a bigger risk than anything. Like the kissing disease, mononucleosis. Like that. Don't go kissing everybody. I approached my mom. I was like, look, mom,
you told us this, that you brought it.
Yeah, I wrote a letter and put in my mom's glove and was like, I'm having sex, and I made a doctor's appointment. And she couldn't, I can't go to at that time, you couldn't go to the doctor without a parent. And I was like, they can't see me without you. Yeah. And I put it in her glove, and I went to school, and I came home, and she was at home. And I was like, what are you doing home? She was like, I didn't go to work. All day? She was like, no. I was like, oh. Guess I got to wait until tomorrow. When I came home tomorrow, the next day, she was like, when is your appointment? And that was the extent of the talk. Everything happened at the doctor's office.
No, I did that too. I two sons making fun of me. He said his mom did the same thing with the rubbers and brochures in the bathroom. That's what I do. I leave them all there. Leave them around in the thing at the toilet, and as you sit there, you can read. And then I also made appointments for the pediatrician to pull the girls aside, boys aside. I still have 11-year-olds, so that talk, I'm gonna leave that all to
you got a baby.
I mean, he got big brothers and sisters, so like they on school to
ask. But my other daughter's in college. Now that's the one I brought her to the pediatrician and like
here,
have conversations with them that are very awkward. Catholic school girl, we didn't have those conversations like that.
Because you didn't have sex until
we didn't. We weren't supposed to have sex until we got married.
I didn't have a conversation. I had a death threat. My grandmother just said, if I find out you're having sex, I'm gonna kill you and drown you in the tub. So
okay, no sex for me. That's
so I didn't get the chance.
Don't tell her.
She was from Louisiana. That's just all she knew.
She did some voodoo on you.
Yeah, she scared me. You know, because kids aren't scared of their parents today. That worked well with me. I was like, I don't even want to, just, and maybe that's why I said I'm a freak now. They call me a, pantologist. I can't say the word, because it's.
I want to hear the word.
They call me a dickologist.
What's that?
I know,
an expert on.
Well, no, I just know where it's positioned in the man's pants.
I think most single
women. I don't know why.
I'm a crotch watcher. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I have great pants, sweatpants.
I am a jeans, slack.
Yeah.
Any kind of thing.
I was at a conference and the guy was there and I took a picture and sent it to my parents. Like, look who's giving us the conference talk this morning. His penis.
All of my
like.
You know, like that.
The same way men look at butts. I mean, it's there.
I don't do it on purpose, but she'll tell you. We'll be out, and we'll be talking. And she's like, "Did you see that guy's thing?" And she's like,
"I got hair to get up around y'all."
No, naked around. I promise. No, I'm serious.
No. Let's get it over with.
It's not like that. It's just that we can be talking. Like if we go out to eat, like when we went to the
and the guy walked by, you look right.
And my eye just see it. I don't even look
tell
for
you got on drawers, no drawers.
And I just see it.
Circumcised,
some guys do,
yeah.
You can't say no circumcised through no pants now.
You
can see it.
No, you can see the ridge. You got X-ray vision.
You can see the ridge.
No, it has that.
You can see the ridge.
No, it has that aardvark thing, so you can just see
it. You can see it through their pants.
It depends.
And y'all talking about men like creeps.
No,
I don't. But I don't do it on purpose, okay? It just happens that way.
Naturally.
I don't even know.
And I'm non-discriminatory. Like
it's well, I'm sorry, but I don't know.
I think there's a rule, like how you know the guy. Like if I know the guy,
you don't want to.
I don't even look. But like if it's just a regular, like at Target,
how can you see? Y'all have X-ray vision.
You've just been too coy to look. It's there.
Right.
It's there.
Like, I promise you,
You've been checked out. I'm sorry.
Stand up, Kara. Let's just see if this works.
No.
Is he circumcised?
No, it really is.
Sexual harassment. I'm sorry. That is harassment.
They're gonna really blow your line up now.
I'm sorry.
It is now. Look, it is now sexual harassment.
No, exploit. Kara, I have committed sexual harassment.
No, you did.
I'll do it after the show.
Off the clock.
When we're not live, right.
IntellectualRadio.com. Please do not come to them and sue them because their radio hosts are looking at body parts. That is not that of IntellectualRadio.com. That is solely
I'm not mad at y'all.
Yeah.
I do.
If men look at breasts, what's wrong with it?
Let me tell you, men know. I was at a conference and this guy was there with his slacks on. He knew, like, dude.
Yeah.
You got your shirt tucked in. You got these nice thin slacks.
You think they do it on purpose?
And you ain't got on no drawers.
Some guys do.
Well, I cannot tell. I
think that no one told them like
you need to wear drawers.
I think no one has told the man who's walking around without drawers on, like, you gotta wear them at least to work because somebody's looking. Somebody is looking. I see it as a distraction.
No, they do it. We went to lunch. Just when I was working, we were at lunch, and the guy got up to go get his his girlfriend's thing, and I said, "Look, he is down by his knee." And when they turned around, and he knew I saw it, and he motioned to her. They looking at my Johnson, and we were like, "No, we just, he gave me the look, and then he opened his leg because it was laying right there.
Give me a real creep, Mama.
I'm just saying, it
Mama
was there.
No, I took the only reason why I took the picture because no one would believe me.
I wouldn't believe you, and I want to
tell the story. So
I want to see the picture.
I'm gonna plug my phone up.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one day we were at room 183.
She's going to find the picture.
We was at room 183, and I looked at Minya, and I was like, "I see you." I was right about you.
You saw her peeping eyes out?
No, I can see it in your eyes. You.
Yeah.
I can tell. I'm not, and I'm not saying she was doing it to me. I'm just saying.
He said he was
gonna do it to you.
I remember one time. Remember the time I was and I said, "I see you."
You did. I didn't know what you was talking about though.
I can see your eyes.
Yeah.
I could.
Because unapologetically,
I'm a single lady. I'm watching.
Yeah, I mean, I love it.
You slang it, I'm watching.
You love it once you see it.
I do. No, seriously.
The only thing that would deter me if a ring. If I see a because
you can see the ring, then look for the penis.
My eye does look at ring. I'm a ring watcher and a crotch watcher.
I'm a
ring crotch watcher.
I'm a ring, fingernail, teeth, lip, crotch watcher.
Me too. Say it again.
Ring, fingernail, teeth, lip, crotch watcher.
Yep.
In that order.
If his lips are chapped, I'm like, oh my God. If his teeth are bogus, I'm like, why? Because,
so the dick is at the end.
Like in the
summertime? Because I'm like, only because I'm like, if I try to, take care of my teeth, I'm thinking, like one guy I was engaged to, we worked together again, and he had he had the teeth on top of the teeth. And so I asked him, I said, you never thought to get, your teeth fixed? And he gave me all the excuses in the book. He was like, well, they just came in like that. Yeah, no. He was, like Okira said earlier, he was one of the ones I was faking with. But, I was comfortable with him because he actually, did things that I like. But then at the point, where I was like, I can't fake anymore, And he still has a Jerry curl, and that was in 97.
Oh, she has so many exes by his name. Jerry your teeth doubled, this, you
nice person. Beautiful personality. He really loved me, but I was just, I kept thinking about when we were intimate, that Jerry curl just kept dripping.
The juice was dripping.
I remember that story.
Yeah, and so I was like, I
all the things wrong with him. It was
I had a Jerry curl.
How sweet.
Yeah,
awful.
The guy who took my virginity.
Everybody had one during that time.
I didn't have one.
I had one.
You had one?
I came all the way down my back.
Anybody else have a Jerry curl?
Did you have one?
No, my mother. I think my mother might have had like a little curl or something, but no.
Okay.
My mom didn't let me do nothing.
We just sit around.
Lucky you.
Go nowhere. I must get my oppressed.
Lucky you.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all have really.
Cesar said he got to wear an apron around us.
I think you do. Like
no, but that name's Steezo. You're going to take that apron off. Steezo.
Cesar, I didn't check you out, though.
Sexy.
I didn't check Cesar. See, it's all in context. It's all in context.
He's coming.
Okay.
I'm not. And you can check him out. Oh, come on now. He waiting for it. I think he's going to be prepared.
He going to go.
I'm going to be in the I want to see that. Yeah, baby.
Look, we're here.
And then,
I wonder whether somebody feel bad if you don't check them out. Like, why not? Why wouldn't you look at mine? Like, if you're looking at everybody else.
Well, they don't know you looking. They're not supposed to know.
Yeah.
Kara caught you.
Even the guy I've dealt with, I'm like, don't wear those. Like,
because you know other women.
Everybody
don't.
Right.
I peeped it right away. Like, dude, don't
take those off.
Take those off. Like,
yeah, that's too much. I don't want her to see my.
Start watching for that.
Yes, they don't need to see my $5
And
combo.
because my girls, all my girls are the same. Everybody crotch watching. So like,
Wanda,
and some of my guy friends.
Watching for that? You gonna start watching crotches, or I need
she watching crotches.
What you
I'm like so curious that you could actually see that.
So
I know I'm not gonna be able to see underwear.
It's just like men. You gotta be slick because you
have the expertise.
You might get caught. Wanda, you won't get caught. You don't even know. She gonna be like, let me see.
I would get caught. That's why I'm scared to do anything.
You're not smooth enough.
I'm not smooth at all. I don't have a smooth bone in my body. I'm horrible. Like I'm horrible at a lot of that stuff. I'm not good at that. So I would get caught because I would just be staring and I'm really trying to look really hard, trying to see if I see underwear prints.
And you were calling, T-Bill, is that it right there?
Did I do it right?
Don't say nothing. Why not be quiet?
Did I do that right?
A guy passed like, did I do it right?
I'm gonna get all these sexual harassment things coming up. What I'm saying is not the thoughts of IntellectualRadio.com,
no.
Solely of my crazy friends here on the panel of He Said, She Said today. And my friends Jaw Jack, and they late today. They're not here yet.
I don't know what's going on.
What you say to yourself? Wait.
What did he say?
The same stuff women complain about women doing, catcalling, looking at your breasts.
We didn't catcall.
No.
You're not gonna say nothing when you look. You ain't gonna say, "Ooh, look at that strong."
No.
I don't know the word.
That's the women.
I keep it to myself. I get flustered. Like, okay, how can I approach him?
Right. I want you to look at my breasts.
Because you know that you want him to look at your breasts.
I do. I want him to look at my breasts and my butt. I mean, I want him to have that attraction. You know, I'm stealing from Steve Harvey. He sees it, that's what he wants. That's what I want him to get.
But I've even caught men like taking a glance, like, "Hey, sir, like, I'm up here."
Right.
You just can't get caught because the problem is you think people can't see where your eyes are wandering. Your head doesn't move, but you're looking down. And I mean, I've been caught a few times.
I don't think men will mind as much as women will mind.
They feel
violated.
You feel violated?
Our resident male on the panel.
Let me look on the table.
Would you feel
violated now?
When women, if you caught a woman
out with
looking,
that cute smile, like no comment.
Not really.
I don't think men will mind like women would.
Sometimes you like, really? Because you just don't expect it, or you
From
don't
a woman.
expect to, like, you expect women to be a little bit slicker than what we are. But it's not. No, it's not a big deal. Not a big deal. It's, especially if she starts flirting.
Yeah.
Here's your flirt tactic. If it's nice, if it's a nice view, now you thinking like, okay, how can I flirt with them?
Right.
And make him think that it's him, like, approaching me. He's nice.
Well, you guys, we are going to end this segment of He Said, She Said, and we're going to be starting up with the guys from Jaw Jacking, and we will have our
TC and
part
Bob,
2 of the show when we go the guys versus the girls. So thank you guys who tuned in to He Said, She Said on IntellectualRadio.com, and appreciate you so much. See you later.
He got up backwards. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Got something in mind for you and I tonight. Close your eyes for your surprise.